With the launch of the current Nightwave, Nora's Mix Volume 9, which started on May 21st, I finally hit rank 13 standing. That unlocked something pretty interesting, a weapon augment mod called Pain Points, exclusive to the secondary weapon Athodai. Now look, I'm gonna be honest here. Athodai by itself feels like just another MR fodder. It didn't leave much of an impression at first, but once you slap on that Pain Points mod, something changes. Suddenly, it hits way harder, especially on weak points. And under the right Warframe, you can push this thing into red crit territory. Think Yareli, Harrow, Mesa, and others that can take advantage of high crit setups. So what exactly is Athodai? It's a single target DPS Tenno hand cannon that fires long-range laser beams on its primary fire. But it also comes with an alternate fire mode that dumps your mag in a short-range burst, kind of like an energy shotgun. You can now farm Athodai's blueprint and components from abandoned derelict caches in Venus Proxima Empyrean missions. All parts are tradable, so if you don't feel like grinding, you can just buy them off other players. Just a heads up, skip the trade chat gulag. Warframe.market is way more efficient in my experience. Now let's break down what Athodai actually does so you know exactly what you're working with before investing into a build. First off, damage type. It's primarily heat-based, so that already gives you some natural synergy with heat procs and status builds, even though that's not its main strength. The primary fire is fully automatic, and here's where things get spicy. If you land weak point kills using the primary fire, you trigger something called overdrive. And this gives you a massive boost. Plus 100% fire rate, removes recoil, and plus 100% ammo efficiency. This buff lasts 8 seconds. And during that time, your alt fire gets locked out. You can't use it at all until the buff ends. And just so you know, you can't refresh overdrive early either. Once it's active, you ride it out. The alternate fire here works totally differently. It dumps the entire mag in one clean burst. Fires in a short-range cone that hits like a mini energy shotgun. It has built-in 2 meters of punch-through, pinpoint accuracy, and a cone thickness of 2 meters. You can build this for a multi-shot, but here's the build I'm running for Athodai using Pistol Acuity. And it's all about stacking weak point damage and pushing crits as hard as possible. In the arcane slot, I am using secondary Deadhead because this one's a no-brainer. You get plus 120% secondary damage on headshot kills, stacks up to 3x, and it lasts a solid 24 seconds. It also passively gives you plus 30% to your headshot multiplier and cuts recoil in half, which is a nice quality of life bonus. In the Exilus slot, I am using pistol ammo mutation. Let's be real, Athodai chews through ammo fast, especially in overdrive, and it also has a low maximum ammo capacity. So, I'm slotting ammo mutation just to help stay topped up. It converts unused primary ammo into secondary ammo while the pistol is equipped. And honestly, that's been enough to keep things going in longer runs. For the main mods, I am using the following. Galvanized Shot. This gives us a status-based damage bonus on direct hits. After a kill, you get bonus damage per status effect on the enemy, and it stacks up to 3 times. Even though Athodai's status chance isn't amazing, this still adds value over time, especially with heat procs from the next mod. Hornet Strike is here as a standard base damage multiplier, plus 220% raw damage. Nothing fancy, but always necessary. Galvanized Crosshairs. gives a huge crit chance boost while aiming, especially if you're landing consistent headshots. On headshot kill, you start stacking even more crit chance. Works great with how this weapon's primary fire wants you to stay on target and aim for the dome. Primed Pistol Gambit for the flat plus 187% crit chance. We're stacking crit heavily here, so this one stay locked in. Pistol Acuity, this is the centerpiece of the build. It gives plus 350% weak point damage and plus 350% weak point critical chance, but disables multishot. You're basically sacrificing spread for precision, and it's 100% worth it on Athodai, especially if you're already going for headshots with Deadhead. Pain points, this mod is what makes Athodai actually worth using. It's an augment that stacks up to plus 600% weak point damage when you keep landing weak point hits with the primary fire. The stacks only last 5 seconds, so you gotta keep the pressure up. But when this is active alongside Pistol Acuity and Deadhead, you start hitting red crits consistently, even on tankier enemies. Merciless Gunfight for extra crit damage and a bit of punch through to help with groups. It's not a common mod, but works really well here since we've already covered crit chance and weak point scaling. This just pushes your crit numbers further. Primed Heated Charge. Finally, some heat damage to help layer in status and chip down armor. Plus 165% heat, and it plays nicely with Galvanized Shot too. If you're running a companion with Reinforced Bond and Tenacious Bond, you can squeeze out even more performance from this weapon. Reinforced Bond gives you bonus fire rate as long as your companion shields are above 1200, including overshields, and reloading your weapon helps restore their shields too. Then with Tenacious Bond, if your companion has over 50% crit chance, you get a critical damage multiplier on your weapons. So together, that's more fire rate and more final damage stacked on top. Now that you've seen the full build, let's take it into action. I'll show you how this thing performs once you get pain points stacked and start landing those weak point shots. Keep an eye on the crits, because once it ramps, this setup goes wild. If this video helped you out or gave you some ideas for your own Athodai build, feel free to drop a like. It really helps out. And if you want to see more off-meta builds, weird weapon revivals, or anything Warframe related, consider subscribing. I'm just getting started, and your support means a lot. If you've got a better Athodai setup or something else that works well with pain points or Pistol Acuity, share it down in the comments. I'm always keen to test more ideas. Until next time, stay efficient, stay creative, and above all, stay explosive, Tenno.